Let's just put the nail in the coffin. Let's just end it once and for all.
Okay.
All right? God's proper name in the Old Testament, in 60 seconds, how do you pronounce it? Or what's the best guess?
60 seconds is a challenge.
Here's what you got. You got the sacred namers and the black Hebrew Israelites who just wake up one day and decide what tribe they think they're from, telling everyone that it's Yahweh or Yahuwah or something like that. And then you have what seem to be mainstream theologians and biblical scholars saying it's Yahweh. Which of those two do you think is more likely?
Yeah, I'm gonna preface that by saying this. If you want the technical details visually presented to you, open up Google, put in drmsh.com and YHWH, and you will find a page where I discuss this. So I'm going to try to give you the 60-second version of this. Yahweh is the best guess.
Okay.
The short form of the divine name, the first part, is Yah. We know that because it's always pointed with an A vowel everywhere. There are no exceptions. So the scribal tradition is very clear that the first syllable is Yah. What about the second syllable? If you believe, and Exodus 3 certainly suggests this, that the divine name is based on the to be verb, okay? In Hebrew, biblical Hebrew, it's Hayah, H-Y-H. In pre-biblical Hebrew, and across the board in other Semitic languages, again, this is technical, but HWH is the spelling. W and Y as a middle consonant in Semitic languages are interchangeable. So that's why you get this W instead of the Y for the to be verb. Even though the to be verb is Hayah, you get this Hawa thing going on. So if the divine name is based on that, think about the Exodus story. I am that I am. If you can read some Hebrew, that's first person. Right? I am that I am. It's yeah. Okay? If we're referring to God in the third person, we can't use yeah, because that's first person. So the question is, what is it in the third person? You've got two choices. If you have the HWH as your root, in the third person, in the what's called the imperfect form, you put a Y on the front. It can be Yahweh or Yahweh. Now, we know it should be Yah because of the short form. So Yahweh is something in Hebrew called the hifil stem of the to be verb, and it means he who causes to be, he who brings into being. And the context fits really well because what's the burning bush about? From that point on, you have this, the divine name revealed. It's a new act of, it's bringing Israel back to life. Okay, it's a supernatural, creation, recreation of a people, out of Egypt and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of mainstream scholars, will recognize all of that. Yahweh, Yahweh is how we would sort of anglicize it. The reason why it's not a complete consensus, and this will give you a little insight into how scholars think, is, well, we can't find the third person hifil causative form of the to be verb in other Semitic languages. It's unique in biblical Hebrew. So therefore we don't know that we should say it's Yahweh for sure. It looks that way, but we'd like to have another example from another Semitic language. Personally, if it makes good sense in context and it makes good sense in terms of morphology, what's the problem? And if you think this is just Mike alone, the champion of this view was a guy named Frank Moore Cross, who is now deceased. He was for decades the head of the Semitic languages program at Harvard. He was not a hack. Okay? So what I just gave you in a nutshell is Cross's view. And for many, it makes very, very good sense. You can't get these other formulations and have them make grammatical, morphological sense, is the point.
Right.
So I don't know why people opt for some of these things, but they're not doing a morphological analysis of the root verb. with the name.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that.
I know it was more than a minute, but
No, that's
it's
awesome.
just-
That's really
yeah.
insightful. Thank you.
Yeah.